Dude, I know that Mrs. in the back isn't gonna leave you a tip. She's been complaining the entire fare, and you might feel like you want to drive off a cliff into a river, but trust me, you really, really don't. And as for you, that shipment of air guitars isn't gonna deliver itself, so can you please just both work with me? Please just drive across this masterpiece of a bridge. Okay, it's doing what it's supposed to do so far. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Polybridge 2. That game where, believe it or not, success is just within reach. It just so happens that you need to fail and struggle for multiple hours on end, to the point where you want to rip your hair out and choke on it. But if you keep at it, you will eventually find greatness. And if you need to crawl into the fetal position and cry because you're 100% stressed afterwards, that's fine. You get a nice chill soundtrack to do that to. It looks like we're gonna start things off with the bendy bus, going for a long drive off a short cliff. And it's really weird that they only gave me wood and cable to span this much distance. Because we only have 2 anchor points, so if anything, the cable's not gonna be useful. Like, I can't suspend anything, so is this just gonna be a bridge made out of popsicle sticks, a lick and a promise? There's no way this is gonna work, right? Like, I'm not even gonna test it and give it the satisfaction of breaking. What if we do something like this? We could double it up, and then that should be twice as good. The math checks out. Actually, I could even possibly triple it up, and then it should be 3 times as good and $59 over budget. Okay, maybe we could... Yeah, I'm sure that won't be the point of failure. The catastrophe is gonna come right over there. Oh, this is actually looking pretty good for a failure. Well, I don't have any more popsicles, so I'm thinking that cable's gotta get used somewhere. Maybe I was a little bit too hasty in thinking you can't suspend this bridge? It looks like I'm suspending it. I don't know if these cables are actually doing anything other than putting it over budget. Seriously? Why are cables so expensive? Maybe just a couple of minor tweaks, and there you have it, you're back in the green. I'm telling you, it's all about bridge builders' intuition. Really? So not only did it have the structural integrity of a Fabergé egg, but it even had little synchronized dancing pieces to celebrate my failure. I clearly have to use this cable for something, right? They gave it to me for a reason, so I'm thinking maybe instead of suspension, I'm supposed to use it as tension? Like, if we do something like this, then technically it's gonna kind of pull the bridge in and up, resist weight in the middle, which is the problem. Does that make any sense? Am I just talking out my butt? Maybe a little of both? It's perfectly acceptable. I'm willing to be a butthole ventriloquist if it means actually getting across the bridge or over halfway. This is the point where I would celebrate, but I've done that all too often just to have it fall apart at the finish line. Yeah, interesting. I'm gonna pretend like I fully understand why that worked. Again, this seems surprisingly straightforward. We want to build some kind of Vex bridge. Use a couple hydraulics, move some stuff out of the way because we want the taxi to get up to B, we want the truck to get up to D. Seems easy enough, even though in all reality, I would much rather see what happens when they drive into one another. Like a head-on collision? I don't think we've seen that before. Am I allowed to do this? Is this okay? As an engineer, did I take some kind of oath? Do no harm? Wait, is that a doctor? I don't know, man. Okay, all I do know is that triangles make for less splashing. So how about we put up some triangles and then hope for the best? Oh yeah, of course the taxi would be ready and rearing to go to drive into someone. Well, guess what? That insurance claim is not gonna come out the way you expect it to. The basic paths are easy enough to figure out. The problem is, how are we gonna move them out of the way without this bridge ripping itself apart? I'm thinking maybe we want to put the hydraulics here, and then you're gonna want to expand. Same thing here, you're gonna want to expand. I don't know. Technically, I could put the rotation point there, And then I could put a piece of metal here to help support this bridge. Yeah, I like that idea. Except we're gonna have to do something here or else it's gonna rip itself apart. It's still gonna rip itself apart because we've got 3 bridges and not 2. Is there anything I can do? I can do something about it. Okay, we got 3-way split joints. Good. It's gonna say, because this and this and this and this need to be different. Oh boy, I'm telling you, I may hate drawbridges, but it actually feels like I know what I'm doing sometimes. How are we doing with this? That's gonna expand, right? You're expanding, you're expanding. Everything should be good. No, we got the timing. So first we're gonna move A out of the way, and then we're gonna move C out of the way. I think this might actually work. Dude, I know that Mrs. in the back isn't gonna leave you a tip. She's been complaining the entire fair, and you might feel like you wanna drive off a cliff into a river, but trust me, you really, really don't. And as for you, that shipment of air guitars isn't gonna deliver itself, so can you please just both work with me? Please just drive across this masterpiece of a bridge. Okay, it's doing what it's supposed to do so far. An ever so slight adjustment and everything should be fine. We're just gonna make it so that we expand from the actual anchor point rather than on the bridge, because that way we're not balancing a bridge on a bridge. A little something like that. And as for the order, first we want the left one to go, and then we want them both to go, right? Right. Yeah, right. Okay, good. Oh, come on, no! Why would you rip yourself apart? It wasn't really that good. My stress visibility is always on, but I constantly forget to turn it on for the bridge. There we go. Now we should be able to see what's going wrong, even though I know what's going wrong. It's just another quick, easy little fix. Not that big of a deal. It's just a minor setback. You see, we're gonna put a couple of pieces of reinforced road at the critical point, and then the expansion should be dialed way back, like 10%. Right? We're very close to that pivot point, so I think that's pretty good. Actually, I know that's pretty good because I'm an engineer. Right? Right, okay, so now as long as you're about as heavy as that cab, I mean, I can't imagine that air guitars are much heavier than that cow in the back. That worked swimmingly. All right, 91.6% stress, but we got there. Polybridge, why do you constantly do this to me? I've said it time and time again. Slinkies are not a structural support material. They should not be used in civil engineering. And yet here we are once again building another bridge out of what I assume is gonna be mostly slings. Actually, how? I can't connect the roads to the edges. So I guess I could technically do something like this to connect it, and then delete that piece of metal afterwards. Do I want to delete that piece of metal afterwards? It's not actually holding on to anything here, so maybe that's actually important. And then, what, just a bunch of slinkies? We're gonna have to hold these parts up. That's technically a bridge. I could probably do something like this the whole way across. This feels so wrong. I start way too many of these levels by saying this, but there's no way this is gonna work. Right? Like, clearly it's gonna fall apart. It didn't technically fall apart. It drooped, it sagged, it broke because it hit rock bottom, quite literally, but it's still there. We could kind of tighten things up, then it might work. So if it naturally wants to droop, then maybe we could stretch the top a little bit? Is it stretch or compress that I would need up here to stop it from falling apart? I'm gonna assume that it's stretch. That's the opposite of what's happening below it, so if we try that, yeah, the springs don't really have anything to stretch against, so that's not gonna work. Dare say you'd be able to stretch or compress from the conveniently placed anchor point in the middle of the map I've been ignoring this entire time. The question is, do we want you to stretch or compressed? Oh, it's stretched or compressed. Since when does grammar matter when it comes to building a bridge? So they're already stretched or compressed. So if we get a compressed spring, then it's naturally gonna want to expand, which is what we want. We want you pushing up. Okay, I'm learning, that's what matters most. So long as you have enough torque to get, oh my God, you have got to be kidding me. Come on, old man, just get out and walk it up. Oh, that hurts. We'll dial things back just a touch for the elderly gentleman and see if that's enough to get him moving. Come on, dude. I know you don't weigh anything. There we go, okay. Now, is this crappy little spring contraption gonna be able to support the weight of a dump truck? I highly doubt it. This doesn't look good. Holy crap, oh, come on. Come on. Why is it always a glimmer of hope? Maybe just a little bit more support up here would make a difference. Even though I don't know if these actually count as support or not, so there's really only one way of finding out. It looks quite a bit more sturdy, right? Like all got pushed up together. So at the very least, it's gonna be a little bit more resistance, I would hope. Now you can go, and you should lower the whole thing far enough. It needs to go really far down, that's the problem. But it's looking a lot better. Oh no! Just a couple of feet further, just enough to tease me. How can I fix this? It just dawned on me that when they give me a limit of road, it's not a limit of basic road, it's a limit of any kind of road. And reinforced road is probably gonna make a big difference here, considering it's most of what's holding this bridge together. You should be well enough on your own, everything should be fine, great, okay. Now, let me guess, you're gonna get about 2 inches further, just enough for my heart to skip a beat before you decide to go for a swim. Even though the numbers are looking a whole lot better this time. Yeah, reinforced road to the rescue. That's a really cool bridge, and it's somehow less stressed than anything I made last episode. I'm not even gonna mess around this time. No, I'm not gonna do my typical Saiyan-like thing where you start off with just a little bit of power, you work your way up to it, kind of testing out the limits of your opponent. No, this time around I'm going full force right off the bat. Screw it. We are gonna double this up, and then we're probably gonna need to suspend you like that. We could do this, then I would imagine that might be just a little bit over budget. Well, isn't that endlessly disappointing? I'm gonna have to shave a little bit off the top here, and maybe a little bit more because I really want the bridge to be symmetrical. Technically, it was probably stronger the other way around, but at least now I know not to get my hopes up in certain places. Please work. Come on, it's all I've got. I can't improve this any more than it already is. I don't know why that one support broke and none others did. The bridge is still fine. What? 100% stress. No, but I want to beat it without breaking. So, how do I change this? Every single adjustment I make to this bridge is making it worse and worse, and I know that, but at the same time, I really just want to see it succeed without breaking apart. Can I please get a little wood around here rather than crackers? You know, oak, maple, pine rather than saltines? I've tried something like this before and it's worked in the past, so I'm gonna try it again. Rather than having that one piece of wood holding up pretty much the entire bridge, it's gonna be a diamond, which is 2 triangles. It's like I've been saying, triangles prevent splashing. We're just a little bit over budget, so we're gonna have to take this down and this down, put him in, there we go. That's gotta make a big difference, right? Triangles are so good. Triangles are my friend. Oh yeah. Wait, that was so much better. 77, are you kidding me? That's night and day. If those last few levels were a shot of liquor, then this is definitely gonna be the chaser, because this is sweet. By the looks of it, we've got 2 monster trucks that need to do a jump at the same time, and I would imagine they can hit each other. So what exactly is gonna happen here? Oh, they've got a little thing in the middle they can interact with, and one is going slightly faster than the other. Good to know. So if A1 is going faster, then I'm thinking we might want him to take the low road. I know that seems kind of counterintuitive, but he's gonna have to have a whole lot of momentum to jump up and out of this. We need him to get back up here, and then we want you to probably jump up to here, and then jump there? Something like that, right? So A1 is gonna go under, and then A2 is gonna go over, and this is gonna require so much tweaking. I've got a couple more pieces of road, but I don't know how far they're gonna jump. Like, it's just a guessing game. So here's what I'm working with so far. And it's like I said, the angles are a complete crapshoot. The main thing I'm working on right now is making sure that it doesn't all fall apart. Like, they gave me cables and ropes and springs and stuff like that, so I could make it more cushioned, but right now I just want it to be fixed in one place so that I can figure out what went wrong, just take it one step at a time. This looks pretty good, right? There's a plan behind it, so I would imagine things will go horribly wrong. Could it have gone any worse? Did you guys leave anything behind? Issues that stand out this time would be that this ramp is getting slapped real friggin' hard, so maybe we can reinforce you just a touch, and then we need this angle to be quite a bit sharper. We need more air out of A1, and then maybe a little bit more air out of you, like that? Yeah. Let's give that a try. I mean, it's holding together. It's at 8%, so we just need you guys to do what you're supposed to do. No! It was so close. A1 went so fast, he cleared the landing ramp. So in all reality, we don't need to touch anything to do with A1, just with A2. A2 keeps leaving this ramp and clipping right here, so we need a steeper angle from him. And then this falls apart, so maybe we could do something like this, maybe? Oh my god, cable is so expensive. No, can't afford cable. Rope? How about rope? Yeah, we can afford rope. That does not seem like a good idea. It's fine, we'll give it a try and just hope for the best. It's really how everything is going. Good. Oh, that's gotta be good, right? Yes! Rope comes through in the end. That last jump from A2 was a little wonky, but we're not looking for points on the landing. It's a little weird to go from a level where you need to make 2 monster trucks do sweet flips to a straightforward bridge building level. Like, this is bridge building 101. We've got emergency services that needs to get to the other side of the river, and we've got an oncoming boat that is just gonna ruin everything. So we're gonna have to do our best to make a drawbridge with very few anchor points. I mean, we're clearly gonna have to make our own anchor points, so this thing is just gonna fall apart in a matter of seconds. Like, even that doesn't really feel like enough. We might want to do something like this. Is that a little bit too much? Maybe not. It looks pretty. Yeah, we could try that as long. Oh, it's not gonna push me over budget. I got a ton of budget. That's concerning, for sure. We've already got a brake, and we've got the thing set up. All we need to put in the hydraulics. I can't push it up from underneath. That's what I always want to do. I might need to do something like this. It's still gonna move the bridge. I just not really all that comfortable with it. It makes sense, right? It looks like a solid bridge, but I would assume that it's going to pull itself apart. Huh. I think the issue here is it needs more reinforced roads and metal. We'll put metal all over the part that's gonna be supporting the entire bridge from that one anchor point, as well as the 2 pistons. That should be better? Not really. Not really. Starting to think the issue might be my support brace, because I've got it kinda wonky. That looks a little bit better. It doesn't have any wood in it. It's not a bunch of little triangles. It's just big triangles. Triangles, 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 triangles. That seems better. We got the reinforced road. We've got the iron on the end. I don't want iron in the middle because that's just gonna be added weight that's gonna need to get moved. Yeah, you know what? I think that might not pull itself apart. Oh. Okay. I mean, as long as it doesn't rip itself apart right now, then we should be in the clear. Not too much, not too much, not too much. Oh, that is clean. Everything lines up perfectly. I don't want to celebrate yet because it's in my nature to do so just to have it fall apart, but it can't go wrong now. Like, this is lighter. You should be fine. Okay then. Well then, that was a pretty good little bridge. Oh, I never noticed that we could see other people's solutions on the side. Those are some real complicated answers. I should think of doing more arches. You know what, I think that's gonna be it for this episode of Poly Bridge 2, guys. It looks like the Monopoly Man is gonna be back to his self-destructive ways next time, and these levels are definitely getting quite a bit more complicated, but I'm just kind of building the exact same bridge that I always do and then tweaking it to the point where we succeed. I'm thinking there is gonna be a point where I'm not gonna be able to proceed any further, but we haven't reached it yet, so if you guys wanna see more, as always, be sure to like this video, let me know, and I'll return for hopefully more sweet flips. But thanks so much for watching this video, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.